Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I am back with another review. I am not back yet. I will put up a nice little vlog letting you know so you can prepare yourselves, but this was something I had to film and get out to you as quickly as I could because, I'll be honest, I was a little surprised to get it as soon as I did. From the Prime Wars trilogy, which is going to be a series of store-exclusive boxed figure sets. This is Combiner Wars Blastoff with Prime Master Megatronus. This is the Hasbro repaint and release of the Takara Unite Warriors previously exclusive Blastoff shuttle figure. Let me move Megatronus out of the way. Everything with the Unite Warriors release is included here. The exclusive limb weapon module is present. His gun, which is being used as his landing gear now. The only differences, and let me get the module here out of the way, are the toy accurate paint scheme, which, if I'm honest, I think I kind of like a little bit better than what Takara gave us. And for those of you with the sharp eyes, this is actually the slightly modified version of Blastoff that was repainted for the Unite Warriors exclusive Car Robots Baldigus gift set, where the model was used as Movor. Oh, I think I hopefully got the name right there. This also features the fixed head joint that was first seen on the Blastoff retool of Unite Warrior Strafe, so when going into the various limb parts, the head doesn't pop off. We'll get into more of that with the transformation, but as you can see, Blastoff here does feature a different paint scheme, which, like I said, I much like a lot more. You got the lighter lavender there on the front, different shades on the wings. No stickers, all Tampo printing. Very nice. So what we're going to do now is we'll pause. We're going to take a quick look at Titan Master Megatronus. And, Prime Master Megatronus. And then get into the transformation. Okay, and here's a close-up look of Megatronus. He is just like every other Titan Master. Prime Master, and I'm going to make that mistake a lot. All black. Few things I want to notice. It does look like here that at least part of the legs, if not this whole lower section, was done in clear plastic. That's a little concerning because very brittle plastic usually. And, this is a Titan Master. Definitely the arms were clear plastic. Hopefully this main torso section is a regular plastic, so you really don't have to worry about those ball joints popping off. It transforms the same way as any Prime or Titan Master does. Just folds up, just like so. And there you have the Megatronus insignia, this time in a clear plastic. Megatronus actually should be hitting shelves in some locations as I am recording this, and I think he comes with the Bomb Burst Pretender shell, but it's not in clear plastic. But yeah, that's really about it. Unfortunately, Blastoff, the model we have, comes from Combiner Wars, so there's no pegs or anything to interact with. It didn't include a retooled Pretender shell or anything, something cool like that. Didn't include the Prime Master Papoose, so Megatronus could have a place to sit. But yeah, that's about it. So we'll just pause and then get into the transformation of Blastoff. Okay, if you remember my previous review of this figure, I want to say I really am glad that I can look at this figure again, because at the time I was really burned out on Combiner Wars. Finding out that Hasbro was not going to do a shuttle blast off really took the wind out of my sails. And by the time the Unite Warrior set came out, pretty much everyone had moved on to Titan's Return. They were getting excited for it. And, it just shows. Like, I never reviewed the rest of that Bruticus gift set. I never even combined to form Bruticus. There were just so many little nickel and diming issues with it. But it really, unfortunately, overtook just how cool of a figure Blastoff was, and how Takara really rose to the occasion with what they could do in terms of creating a new mold for Blastoff. Now, I'm going to go through the transformation because it is a little bit different from the previous version of the figure, which unfortunately I have that set in storage somewhere. I couldn't find it because everything's been turned around, and I'll explain when we get into robot mode. But to start things off, let's come into the front here and remove the gun from underneath the nose cone, which also doubles as the landing gear. And you'll just want to go ahead and make life easy on you and just pull everything back, swing it up like so, flare out these pieces here. Now, in the box and in some of the photos from Hasbro, it's shown keeping the nose cone up. Now, on the packaging and in other photos, it's been shown having it down. Seeing as how the original toy did not have the back of the nose cone showing, I'm going to fold it up. So what you want to do is there's like double joints here, so just bring it in down like that, and then fold it up on the bring it out, bring this whole section out, and then just like that. And at the same time, you can go ahead and bring up these arms here and close that up. And actually, if you see, this is how Blastoff looked originally. But the arms have been reversed. Now, you can rotate the arms around and have the hands facing backwards, or you can go ahead and pop the arms off the ball joints here and switch them around. I would not recommend that. I would not recommend that at all. This is not thin plastic, but this is really the only support for the shoulders. So there is a chance you could stress it and break it over time, or you can wear down the friction between the ball joint and the socket. I would just leave it like it is. So while you're here, go ahead, rotate the head around. That will have it facing forward. And then you can come in to the back section here, and using the very popular Rook style leg transformation, go ahead and hinge it outward and down and clip it back into place. Grab the rear booster section here and on a double hinge, flip it down and around so it's flush. That will form the feet. Now, this wasn't done in the packaging, but in the instructions on the original figure, you can go ahead and rotate around these tail fin pieces. They do remove. It does help sometimes with getting it back into shuttle mode in terms of making sure everything pegs together to pop those off. And if you do go for this cockpit forward robot mode, you can remove them and peg them into the chest. But finally, go ahead and fold the wings back, stand the robot up. The elbows, do clip into place, so you want to unclip them and bend them forward. And there you have Blastoff in robot mode. And I'm going to bring the camera in slightly just so we can get a nice little look. Very nice toy accurate paint scheme. I do like having the chest joint going forward. Great tampo printing on the chest to recreate some of those old stickers. But other than that, this is still the same Blast-Off figure that we know and love. And unfortunately, yes, he's not doing it now, but the hips are a little loose. Although, I must say, they've tightened up since I've taken it out of the packaging. Don't know how that happened. You give him his gun here. Great little blaster. And you can, of course, under the arms, there are some holes. Go ahead and peg in that limb module weapon to armor up Blast-Off. I am still a little disappointed we didn't get some sort of the integrated limb module like he had, where he had those giant cannons that you could plug into the back of the boosters. But yeah, this is a really nice and different update to Blast-Off. I think, you can have some real fun transforming it back and forth. So right now, what we're going to go ahead and do is I remove the weapons, is I want to go into his arm mode, because there is one thing shown in the directions that I think is a little off, and I would like to correct. And I will give you some options. Now, we're only going to do the arm mode, because if you want to see the leg mode, you can go back and watch my previous review. We did discuss it there. So, first thing you want to do is come around the back here. Flare out these wings a little, just to give you room to come in and rotate the fins around. And then come in, peg the legs back together. The fins will tap together as well. Fold the wings to the back again. You can rotate this, depending on which arm it's going to be, out to the side. That'll form the elbow. Come into the back, bring these arms down, but you want them angled out ever so slightly. So go ahead and open up the backpack, bring out the cockpit section again. Just like that and that. And then bring that up so it'll stick, and go ahead. And as you can see, like I said, the head doesn't pop off. It goes very nicely. Bring the combiner port out. Now, the instructions show you to rotate the arms at the bicep and then fold them up. The problem there is, I believe that is a holdover from the original Unite Warriors version. The elbows are supposed to fold up because right there is a slot for a little tab right there on the forearm, which will very nicely peg the arm into place, because then you're supposed to bring the arms down. I would say leave the arms as they are. Just fold them up at the elbow, peg them in, fiddle with the backpack a little to get it, even. And I think this is the better and probably intended arm position for this figure. I know some of you might want that cockpit to be a little straighter, but there you have it. It does kind of push back a little on the side panel. Unfortunately, this was always a little bit of an issue with this mold with Blast-Off in terms of getting things lined in. But like I said, I think that's the better and intended part, because if you rotate them around, this gets in the way and the arms don't properly peg in. So yeah. So I'm gonna while I'm talking, let me go ahead and bring in the hand here. I miss these so much. This is such a better hand than what they're giving us in Power of the Primes. But there you go. Oh, looks so nice. Oh, I missed it. Oh, yes. Oh, and you know what? The hip isn't dropping. Oh, there it goes. Oh, nothing's can't be that perfect. But you know what? This is just great. So we'll pause, and I'll give you my final thoughts. Since I've heard that, read that some people who are unfamiliar with the blast-off mold were asking, yes, you can do Hulk hands with the little booster port outside of the fist. Unfortunately, on my version of the mold, the elbow's a little loose and really can't support the weight. Oh, there we go, of the hand, but it'll probably fall over time. I got this figure from robotkingdom.com. It's supposed to start shipping on July 1st. I got very lucky. I don't know if it's because I chose EMS shipping that it came out earlier. But yeah. I also was told, heard, read through the grapevine that this is supposed to be an Amazon.com exclusive as well, at least here in the States. Might want to check on July 1st as well to see if that's when they're going to come up. But yeah, I think it's a really cool figure. Unfortunately, I think it's about a year and a half, 2 years too late. How many other people have their Hasbro Bruticus figures packed away, or really have moved on from Combiner Wars, so aren't interested in this figure? But if you are, definitely pick it up. It is really cool. I'm not going to say it's as cool as Motorcycle Groove. I got that, and again, Unite Warriors gift set, but then I bought the Hasbro version just to have one loose to fool around with, just because it was such a fun figure to transform. And while this is fun, things feel a little off, especially with that nose cone transformation. Some of the plastic just doesn't feel right to me. But like I said, it's great to finally have a updated version of Shuttle Blastoff. Who knows if or when we will ever see a Shuttle Blastoff or a Blastoff figure ever again before Masterpiece, if we were to even get Combiners and Masterpiece, and I heard that's an impossibility. So, yep, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you're here at the end. It is very important nowadays to watch the videos from beginning to end straight through. Please like and comment. That is also very important. YouTube's changed their algorithms around. I do appreciate all the subscribers who have stuck around during my downtime. You don't know how much that means to me. I will be back much sooner than later. Also, share the video. But just be mindful of making sure I get the credit, because a lot of times I see videos submitted by non-creators for news points, and it somewhat gets muddled who created the video. But also, if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. Last time I checked my stats and all that, a whopping 92% of my views come from people who are not subscribed to my channel. If you clearly like watching my videos, subscribe. It's a click of a button. You don't have to watch anything, but at least be counted. Well, I shouldn't say you don't have to watch everything, but at least be counted. It really just boggles my mind, like 92%. But I'm starting to ramble a little. Again, thank you so much for watching. Look out wherever you are. See about picking up your own version of Blastoff. And until this is your old pal Chuck. Until next time, take care, and I'll catch you later.